Welcome to a deep dive into the financial survival guide for the 2026 restaurant landscape. For decades, we chased top line revenue like it was our salvation, but that era is over. Top line revenue has become almost fully decoupled from actual business health. With supplier costs permanently elevated and wages rising relentlessly, old operational margins are effectively obsolete. Today, we're exploring how automated weekly tracking and five distinct operational levers are entirely redefining restaurant profitability. The most successful restaurants aren't the ones with the highest gross sales. They're the ones who mastered a single, powerful metric hiding in plain sight: prime cost. This is the story of how that metric became the new hero, why this shift isn't just helpful, it's existential, and what operators must do right now to survive and thrive. So grab a seat because we're about to demolish outdated thinking and build something revolutionary in its place. So here's the central question at the heart of this research. If revenue is no longer enough, what metric actually predicts restaurant survival? The answer is prime cost, the combination of total cost of goods sold and total labor expenses. Historically, this single metric consumes a massive 65% of a restaurant's total revenue. Prime cost captures the two largest controllable expenses in any restaurant operation, and it reveals whether a business is converting sales into real profit or just burning through activity. That matters enormously in a margin-compressed market, where a small rise in waste or a scheduling inefficiency can completely erase the gains from a busy weekend. The brutal truth is that focusing on gross sales while ignoring these internal efficiencies is a guaranteed recipe for operational failure. The definitive question of 2026 is this: how can operators transition from retroactive accounting to hyper-granular, real-time intervention and stop profit leaks dead in their tracks? Here's the brutal truth that's killing restaurants every single day: we're flying blind. The traditional 30-day profit and loss cycle isn't just outdated, it's financial suicide. Imagine trying to drive a car while looking only in the rearview mirror at where you've been, not where you're going. When the monthly report finally arrives, it completely lacks daily context. Unchecked daily spoilage, massive overportioning on the prep line, and expensive overstaffing during a slow Tuesday remain completely invisible until the cumulative damage has devastated the bottom line. By the time that report lands on your desk, the profit has already leaked out permanently. This is why the research elevates actual versus theoretical variance analysis as a critical diagnostic layer. Once operators compare what should have been used against what was actually depleted, invisible losses start to surface. Monthly summaries don't just arrive late, they blur the daily context needed for immediate action. The question driving this entire research becomes urgent. What if we could see these threats in real time and stop them before they become catastrophes? What if we could transform financial reporting from a monthly autopsy into a weekly wellness check? So what replaces the broken monthly system? The answer lies in 5 operational levers that store-level managers can pull every single day. First, strategic menu engineering that pushes high-margin items front and center and continuously rebalances the product mix toward profitability. Second, ruthless portion control and waste tracking that bridges the dangerous gap between theoretical and actual food costs. Third, demand-driven labor scheduling with cross-trained staff who pivot like a well-orchestrated ballet, reducing overtime and making staffing far more flexible. Fourth, micro-inventory management and supplier negotiation that tighten purchasing discipline and catch premium protein variances before they derail budgets. And fifth, leveraging high-margin beverage programs with margins so strong they literally drag your overall prime cost percentage down. But here's the critical catch. Pulling these levers effectively is impossible when you're working with 30-day-old data. Each lever only works if managers can see performance fast enough to respond, and that urgency pushes our story directly into the breakthrough of weekly tracking. Let me introduce you to Force, a strategic framework that transforms prime cost from a confusing metric into a proactive operating system. The foundation begins with a customized chart of accounts that captures food service nuances that generic accounting completely misses. Next, a strict closed calendar forces a hard weekly financial cutoff every Sunday night, eliminating data lag permanently. The concept of channel sovereignty means tracking dine-in, catering, and third-party delivery separately, because blended numbers can hide catastrophic losses. When the research applied weekly visibility, it revealed a profitable dine-in channel running at a healthy 58% prime cost, while a third-party delivery channel had quietly surged to a catastrophic 74%. Why? Unmonitored packaging waste and misallocated expediter labor hidden inside general payroll. Completing the framework, OCR technology reads invoices the moment they arrive, feeding data into integrated dashboards automatically. The result? Every Tuesday morning, managers receive an automated flash report showing exactly where they bled money last week. This isn't just better accounting, it's a complete operational rhythm shift from reactive damage control to proactive stewardship. What gets measured weekly gets managed immediately. Implementing these powerful levers at scale requires a radically modernized technology stack. You simply cannot execute actionable weekly sprints while relying on manual data entry. It is slow, error-prone, and impossible to scale across multiple units. We are witnessing a mass exodus from legacy systems toward interconnected, cloud-based accounting ecosystems. Automated AI and optical character recognition, OCR, now process vendor invoices the moment they arrive at the back door. This data synchronizes flawlessly with point-of-sale revenue streams and digital labor schedules, fundamentally eliminating the tedious end-of-month accounting scramble. In practical terms, a modern integrated stack turns scattered operational events into one continuous financial picture. Instead of building reports after the fact, the business starts generating visibility as it operates, shift by shift, day by day. And once that visibility becomes routine, cost control begins to support something far larger than operational efficiency alone. It becomes the foundation for credible, repeatable, scalable growth. Mastering prime cost doesn't just save your current operation, it unlocks your entire future. When lenders evaluate multi-unit expansion, they don't scrutinize your top-line revenue nearly as much as they examine your prime cost discipline. Operators who consistently maintain 55 to 60% prime costs with clean, weekly tracked books are viewed as radically lower-risk borrowers. They secure preferential loan rates, favorable terms, and robust working capital lines. Meanwhile, operators with unstable costs and opaque monthly reporting face rejection, or worse, punitive interest rates that choke their growth momentum. This research proves that the path to scaling isn't just about having a great concept. It's about having financial data so granular and reliable that it becomes your strongest asset. And the technological innovation doesn't stop there. Tomorrow's AI-driven forecasting is already analyzing local weather patterns, nearby event schedules, and historical sales data to automatically generate hyper-optimized labor schedules with over 90% accuracy, cutting labor costs by 8 to 12% before you even open your doors. But here's the critical insight. You cannot leverage AI on broken legacy systems. The operators who thrive tomorrow are the ones building holistic, cloud-based financial nerve centers today. Weekly tracking isn't just an accounting upgrade. It is the essential infrastructure for an AI-driven future where cost control becomes automatic and growth becomes inevitable. So where do you go from here? The research is clear. The agonizing era of financial blindness in hospitality is officially over. The blueprint for 2026 and beyond demands a total shift from retroactive monthly autopsies to real-time, proactive weekly intelligence. Phase 1. Demolish disconnected legacy systems and deploy an integrated cloud-based technology stack. Phase 2. Enforce your closed calendar every Sunday night, establish channel sovereignty across every revenue stream, and let OCR automation handle invoices around the clock. Phase 3. Embrace the weekly rhythm and watch your managers transform from reactive historians into proactive pilots. When operators track prime cost weekly, diagnose variance quickly, pull the 5 operational levers consistently, and support the process with integrated automation, they stop managing the business in hindsight and start steering it in real time. The restaurants that win are the ones that measure their metrics one shift at a time, because profitable restaurants are not built at month end. They are built one shift, 1 week, and one informed decision at a time. Master the margins, and you don't just survive the compression, you turn it into your unfair competitive advantage. Your 90-day clock starts right now. Like and subscribe for more helpful videos like this. Connect with Forks for the experienced accounting professionals your restaurant needs. Details in description below.